Yep. So, hi everyone, good evening. Hope you are doing extremely well. And as you all know, today we have event of Start Freelancing with Content Writing. And for this event, we have Mohar Bhattacharya with us. She's a freelance content writer. Welcome to Squad Growth. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me today here. It's really an honor, and I'm doing great. How about you and everybody?
Yes, I'm doing good too. And I hope that our community is also doing very good. So, people, we are going to start the event. If you have any question, just put in the message section or the chat section of event stage or anywhere you want. We will take that question. And yes, let's start the event. So, people, this is a question answer based event. I will ask some questions to her, and she will answer that. And if you have any question, just type that and post it. We will take that. So yeah, let's start the event. So the first question which I would like to ask you is, why should someone join content writing industry? How are the prospects?
Okay, so before I start sharing my answer, there's one thing that I'd like to make clear. The fact is that whatever answers I'll be sharing here today with you, with every one of you, whatever I'm going to advise, or whatever suggestions I'm going to give, all these are based on my own experience, like how I have gained it all through my 4 years of freelance journey, how things worked out for me, which I think to be the best part, or which I think can work wonders for a particular writer. So things might differ from one individual to the another. Some things work out for one, while that might not work out for the other. So that's based on the individual. But today, what I'll be sharing here is primarily what worked for me, and I really hope it would work for you too as well. Um, just a minute. Yes. Okay, so answering your question, why should someone join content writing industry and the prospects here? See, we all know that ever since the onset of the pandemic and the life after it has been a lot different. How we used to operate before that and how we are operating after this pandemic, things are a lot different on the pre and post COVID scenario. The world has mostly went digital ever since the onset of the pandemic and everything. So, and one of the most interesting concepts that have come up in that span, that is content writing. So I'm not saying कि पहले से content writing was not there कि or it wasn't there in the industry or content writers नहीं बनते थे, definitely बनते थे, but ever since that event 2020 onwards, it has gained massive exposure and popularity, and many people are joining this, and that's why the competition is also tough. Talking about the prospects, suppose like anything we read or anything we see around us is content. Suppose you are going to join a tuition class for maths or physics or anything. So how will you be knowing that if this is the perfect class to go for, or if this is the tuition I should take for? They advertise. You can see a poster on your community, or you can see an online ad and everything. Online ad, you can get the reference from any of your friends. So whatever you are seeing, that is a kind of content. And when that content is impacting you, it's impacting your psychology. Oh, okay, this sounds tempting, then I should try it. And then you end up joining that particular coaching class. Same with a particular, say, a perfume. You are willing to try something new. Mm, you can get a lot of options, but a particular brand that catches your attention from their advertising policy, the way you are seeing in the advertisements, or how you are reading about them in the newspapers, the testimonials and everything, and then you decide कि चलो ठीक है मुझे यही perfume चाहिए. So it's all everything about the content. The content, if it's being able to impress you, then only you go for it. At least it's one of the primary reasons you are going for a particular product or a brand. So there are millions and millions of brands spread all across the world. There are so many big companies, so many small startups coming up, even for individual freelancers like us who are growing. Everything is based on content. Without content we can't reach our audience. Without content we can't say, I mean, can't convey our meeting to the audience, like what we are trying to do, where our position stands, and everything is surrounded with content. And that is why joining this industry comes with a lot of prospects, because the opportunities are endless in case you are hitting the right target areas. So that's why I think content writing is the industry is useful, given you have that dedication and patience to work on getting clients.
Got it. Got it. Uh, 1 second. Yes. So, before we jump to next question, people, if you have any question, just put it in the message section anywhere, wherever you want to put it. We will take your questions, and just let me know that you can like event is coming to you in proper manner, like voice quality, audio quality, and video quality. How about the audio quality and video quality, people? Just let me know in the message section. Please wait for a second. I think we need to work on audio quality. So I think it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
good.
sure, sure.
Yeah. So I think it is good. It is good from our end. So now let's move to next question. Now, as a beginner, how can I start as a content writer? Like I don't have any knowledge of content writing. It is just completely new field to me. So how I can start as a content writer?
Started and how it's going right now for me. Um, 19 like I have always been attracted towards creative writing कि मुझे अच्छा थोड़ा बहुत लिखना पसंद था college magazine में भी I used to work and everything but I never thought कि I'll take it up as a profession one day. It has been my passion always, so in 2019 I thought कि चलो I need to, it's good to have some extra bucks as pocket money, so I am just a normal common college going girl, so चलो कुछ extra try कर लेते हैं, and that's when I started writing professionally. The first I started was with internships. After gaining a lot of experience there, interning with at least 4 or 5 companies, then eventually I moved to freelancing. So this journey was not at all smooth. And here, students, I would like to mention one thing. If you are planning to start your career with internships, then the finest platform for you could be Internshala. I highly recommend anyone asking content writing advice from me to start with Internshala, because that's the best platform you will find there to go start with internships as a fresher. All the advertisements of internships posted there are genuine. Yeah, it might turn up कि एक और दो आपके application submit होने के बाद they might not get back to you, they might ghost or they might not answer, but that's just a case of few. Most of them are very genuine. Even if you are not selected, the companies let you know with particular reason ki why you weren't selected, क्या कमी थी, क्या आप better कर सकते हो, and everything. So Internshala has helped me vehemently to improve in my career. I got my first internship from Internshala. It was with a news website, Union Journalism, an online news portal where I first started my career, and then I had interned with a few other companies. And when I saw ki after a year, after 6 months and a year, when I saw ki I have improved my skills, then I started रिसर्चिंग ओवर द इंटरनेट की इसको अपग्रेड कैसे किया जा सकता है. तभी भी फ्रीलांसिंग का कॉन्सेप्ट इतना पॉपुलर नहीं था. द फ्रीलांसिंग कॉन्सेप्ट वाजंट एज पॉपुलर लाइक नाउअडेज एट दैट टाइम. इवन आज भी इतना बहुत सारे लोग फ्रीलांसिंग का सही मतलब नहीं समझते कि क्या व्हाट इज फ्रीलांसिंग एंड ऑल. तो आई हैड टू स्टडी अ लॉट what is freelancing, how can I get into it and everything. And then slowly I started pitching clients. So that was the thing. I started with internships. I gained a lot of experience there. I gained a lot of insights about how the industry works, how the pricing works, how research works, what are the good components of a content and everything. And then I jumped into the freelancing industry with a solid preparation. कि चलो ठीक है मैं अब ये कर सकती हूँ. But there are also many instances where you will find that there are many freshers who start directly as a freelancer and not with internships. Things go well for them as well, but for me, as I'm sharing my experience here, it was the case when I started with internships from Internshala and then I gradually moved to freelancing. So I recommend to go for at least a 1 or 2 internships at first, where you also have a nice learning experience at a nice company. You get to work with the content writing editors, the managers. They guide you on your pros and cons and everything. They give you feedbacks to improve. And when you have a decent idea about the industry, then you start I'm sorry, then you move towards a freelance community. I'm sorry.
Got it. Got it. So yes, before moving to next question, people, I'm still like again reminding you all, if you have any question, put it in the message section or anywhere so that we can take it. Um, so yeah, now let's move to next question. What are the some of the what are some of the major components of a good content? Like there are lots of content in the market, huge content, but how we can figure out which content is good and what are those components which help us to identify them?
Okay, so this is a really important question. I'll just explain. So first comes that what is the type of content you are looking for. Suppose you are looking for a content related to technology. So then suppose you are looking for a content related to education, or you are looking for a content related to spirituality. Whatever the genre is, you need to fit the perfect components of the good content will be how relevant it is to the title, how relevant it is to the information we are looking for. So let me give you an example. Suppose I am writing an article on ways to study smart as a student, ways to study smart as a student, 30 ways or 25 ways to study smart as a student. So here when we are looking for this kind of article on Google, I am the student and I am looking for some ways through which I can make my study schedule smarter. So I will be looking for कि चलो यहाँ पर क्या है क्या how can I improve my study techniques, how can I make a study timetable and everything. These will be the things I'll be looking for, and there will be lots of contents online based on this topic. What will stand out? The perfect steps. So the perfect steps, the first one that comes in a step is a compelling headline. Headlines are an integral part of a good content because there are millions of readers on the internet and they are reading so many content every day. So if the headline is not being able to hook them up, they will just skip off and move to the next one. So the headline should be something very catchy that catches their attention. ओके चलो इसमें ये बता रहे हैं कैसे हम कंटेंट कैसे हम स्टडी स्मार्ट स्टडी कर सकते हैं, कैसे हाउ कैन वी make a smart. So an ideal headline should not be more than 10 to 11 words, and the ideal character length must be around 64 to 65 characters. This is what I follow. Sometimes it can go beyond or it can go down a little. Overall, this is the standard length. And then comes a introduction, which is a perfect hook to the content. Like if the reader is impressed by your headline and they're moving on to the body section, then you know that 50% of your job is already done. Now the rest of the work should be done with the introduction part, which is a hook that keeps them engaged for further reading. सो गुड कंपोनेंट के अंदर इंट्रोडक्शन इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप वहां पर ही उसको एक रीडर को एक ओवरव्यू बता दे रहे हो कि व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू रीड इन द लैटर पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंटेंट, वो क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं इस आर्टिकल से. Introduction means the reader is getting to know if he's willing, if his interest is going to be served. So um, uh, suppose the introduction where you can start with a question. Did you know this many students find it difficult to set up a timetable for them? Or you can start with a statistics. 50% they can't create perfect study timetable. So this is how we will help you in this introduction, in this content, helping you to create the perfect study timetable for you. So पहले अब अगर आप कोई क्वेश्चन डालते हो कि उनसे पूछते हो कि क्या आपको पता है कि इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स ये नहीं कर पाते हैं, और क्या आप जानते हैं 50% स्टूडेंट्स ये करने में उनको दिक्कत होती है, इसीलिए क्या आप भी उनमें से एक है? आर यू वन ऑफ देम हु फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट टू get a study timetable for themselves? Then this is the place where you'll get the help. इंट्रोडक्शन में अगर आप जब उनको बता देते हो कि नेक्स्ट ऑफ द आर्टिकल में यू विल बी गेटिंग दीज आंसर्स, तब वो और भी हुक्ड हो जाते हैं कि चलो ठीक है, मेरा पर्पस तो इसी आर्टिकल में सॉल्व होगा कि मैं उसको आगे पहनूंगी. सो हेडलाइन एंड द इंट्रोडक्शन आर टू इंटीग्रल पार्ट content, and of course the third and most important part is the body, कि हेडलाइन अच्छा दे दिया, इंट्रोडक्शन अच्छा दे दिया, लेकिन बॉडी में अगर कुछ भी कर दिया तो फिर वो रीडर सोचेंगे कि क्या ही, चलो हमारा टाइम टाइम तो वैसे टाइम वेस्ट हो गया. So make sure after you have compelled the reader to move to the body section of your content after reading the headline and intro, the body should be relevant to the topic. कि स्टडी टाइम टेबल को लेकर जो कंटेंट है तो बॉडी में भी वही कंटेंट रहेगा कि स्टेप बाय स्टेप गाइड, कैसे स्टडी टाइम टेबल आपको बनाना चाहिए, कौन सा आपके लिए सूटेबल है, and everything related to that topic only. Nothing irrelevant, nothing, no deviation from the content, so that in the end when the reader stops they know कि मुझे जो जो जानना था मुझे सब मालूम पड़ चुका है इस आर्टिकल को देखकर. Craft a good content. And another most important thing, other than keeping the language textbookish, you should keep it a bit engaging. कि in between lines में कुछ stats डाल देना, in between lines में कुछ questions पूछना, in between lines में कुछ I mean कुछ experts, कोई एक्सपर्ट, कोई एजुकेशनल एक्सपर्ट जिन्होंने ये कहा है उसका उनका कोटेशन डाल देना, so that throughout the reader is hooked to read the content. So this is how it goes. So a compelling headline, a compelling intro, and of course a relevant body, so that the reader knows कि मैं जिस purpose के लिए यहाँ पर आई थी मेरा वो purpose serve हुआ, so now I can just relax.
Got it. Got it. Give me a second, please.
Could you just give me a second? I'll be just back in a minute.
Yeah, sure. People, till then, if you have any question, put it in the chat section or message section. We will take your questions. What is waiting for? There is a user Seiko USOU. I don't know how to pronounce it. I am a newbie, so I can't understand what is the writing for. Buddy, what do you want to ask? Like, you can't understand what is the writing for.
Yeah, sorry about the sorry about the gap. So yes, do anyone have any questions?
Yeah, so we have a couple of questions. We will take them in the end of the event. Let's continue with
Sure.
the questions. So, Seiko USOU, buddy, what do you want to ask? Just like, could you write it more clearly so that we can understand it? I can't understand what you want to say. So yeah, now let's move to next question, which we have in a queue. So freelancing has pros and cons. So what are the pros and cons of freelancing according to you? And what is the process to develop yourself as a reliable freelancer?
Yes. Okay. So here also I'll explain my story. So when I first started freelancing, I didn't. So when I started freelancing, I didn't have much idea about it. As I said earlier, that time the freelancing concept was not that popular when I started it back on, like by the end of 2020. So some of my seniors definitely helped me, who had also given up their jobs and moved to freelancing, and I read certain online resources and everything. So the best thing about freelancing is the flexibility you get. So suppose you are working with a particular client and they are assigning you a topic. So in freelancing, most of the good clients, most of the decent clients, what they do, they give you your own time to work on the particular assignment and submit it to them. So chalo mere baar jo hota hai, the way I work, suppose a client has assigned me a particular assignment and they have said ki they need it by the next 1 week. So what I do, I complete it anytime within that 1 week and send it to them. So this flexibility कि कोई ऐसा बात नहीं है कि अभी दिया तो आज शाम को 7 बजे तक लगेगा कि today I'm assigning you, you need to submit it by tomorrow 8 this way. This is not the thing with freelancing. In most of the cases you get the flexibility to work according to your time and according to your schedule. Just remember, because you are getting that flexibility, you shouldn't misuse it कि चलो ठीक है अभी तो टाइम है, 1 week का टाइम है, तो जिस दिन डेडलाइन है उसके आगे का दिन शुरू करूंगी और फिर जाकर कल को मैं पूरा कंप्लीट कर दूंगी. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. कंटेंट डेवलप करने में, एक अच्छा कंटेंट बनाने में, रिसर्च करने में, टू मेक इट प्रेजेंटेबल, you take a lot of time is required. First comes the research part, and then comes the crafting drafting process, and then comes the proofreading, and everything takes a lot of part. So ek din mein ek acha content produce karna is not possible. Okay, so that's why when you are getting that flexibility कि अभी एक week का time है या फिर 3-4 दिन का time है, every day कुछ कुछ करके आप अगर कर रखो, first day you complete your research, next day you complete the body part or the intro part, and the next day you complete your body part, and you proofread it and give it to the client, so it's a lot more presentable. So ये flexibility का तो एक मैटर है जो फ्रीलांसिंग में मुझे बहुत पसंद है. I personally enjoy a lot. It helps me keep my work life balance on. And the next best part about freelancing is you can charge your own. Like whatever happens in case of jobs or internships, you have a fixed salary come that rolls in your account by the end of the month. Whereas in freelancing, when you are working with a particular client or with a particular publishing house or whoever, whether it's an individual client or whether it's a company, you can when you are pitching them or it is coming to you as an inbound lead, whatever the thing is, you can charge your worth. Like you can say ki I charge per word or I charge on an hourly basis, I charge per block. This way you can charge them, and after that if they're okay with your rates, both of you get ahead and move forward. So that takes a lot of confidence कि पहले पहले मुझे भी hesitation होता था कि मैं charge करूंगी अपनी वजह से, what if they deny, what if they don't agree to it. But once you start doing that na ki these are my rates, I work for these rates, and when you see ki the clients are also accepting that rates, the confidence hits another level. So this is another thing. And the third thing is third very tempting thing is, see, at the end of the day, all of us are working so that we can earn a reputation in the market, and to earn money. That's it. So in freelancing, what the thing is that suppose you have a week long project कि कोई project आपके पास आता है और उस project का duration है 1 हफ्ता. You complete that within 1 week and you get paid instantly. Suppose there are, in some cases there can be 2 or 3 days of delay or anything, but you don't need to wait till the month end कि कब तक वो पैसे आएंगे मेरे अकाउंट में. So this is one of the very tempting things about freelancing, that it comes up anytime when you are taking a short term project or whether you are taking a long term project. So these three things according to me are the best about freelancing, that you get to work with a lot of good clients who offer you flexibility that helps you keep your work life balance, personal life and professional life different. The second thing is that you can charge according to your work, whatever you think you should be charging. And the third thing is that the money can flow in anytime in case the project requirements are closed. See, एक week का project है, हमने complete कर दिया, चलो आगे. So this is also, suppose you are in urgent need and तभी आपका ये project complete हुआ, तो वो आप you are getting paid by your client. So this is one of the another things that I'd like to mention. These three are the best part about freelancing according to me. तो सभी चीजों की just like pros, there are cons as well. And freelancing की भी cons है, the advantages है, that is in freelancing there's some uncertainty. Even if you are the top freelancer in your community, even if you're the top freelancer of your country, there will be a lot of uncertainty associated with it. Because आज client काम दे रहे हैं, कल वो कह सकते हैं कि we don't need the project to be continued anymore, or we are running short of budget, so we need to cut the expenses. These things can happen anytime. Back last year on August, I faced this myself. Like 50% of my income was coming from that particular company I was freelancing with, and suddenly they said they are running short of budget and they had to cut 50% of my expenses. And this came all on a sudden. So these are the things that you need to prepare for in the freelancing industry. And that's why it's very important that you keep marketing yourself, even if you have a lot on your plate. कि चलो कल मेरे पास तो अभी 3 क्लाइंट है, मैं आराम से कर लेती हूँ, अगर नहीं होंगे तो फिर नए क्लाइंट्स पिच करूंगी, तो फिर खुद को मार्केट करूंगी. नो, you can never do that in case of freelancing. You need to keep marketing yourself always. You need to tell like I use LinkedIn for marketing myself, for creating my personal brand, because that's the most reliable platform to stand out in this competitive market. So even if you are working with a lot of clients, even if you have a lot on your plate, you need to keep pitching, you need to keep finding new prospects, because also pitching a new prospect and converting it into a lead takes up a lot of time. So even if a certain pay cut is coming from one of your client, or even if a client suddenly like decides to discontinue with you, you can have another alternative that you can go for, because all of us have certain financial plans for a month, right? So suddenly if that's ruined, we can end up being, oh my god, what happened, ab main kya karungi. So to avoid such kind of situations, to avoid such kind of uncertainty, you need to like keep marketing yourself even when you have a lot of clients on board. This is what I feel, and this is what I do. So according to me, this is the one disadvantage that freelancing has. But if you are willing to handle it maturely, you can definitely cope up with such difficult situations as well.
Got it, got it. So I think let's take the last question of the event. So what are the things to keep in mind before pitching a new prospect?
Yes, pitching a new prospect is a very important thing. Like cold pitching, if you go through the profiles of high paid freelancers, whether on LinkedIn or anywhere, you will see they will always talk about cold pitching, because cold pitching has perks to work wonders for you. Cold emails and everything. Though personally, I haven't ever tried the cold emailing thing, but I cold pitch a lot on LinkedIn. As I said, I use LinkedIn as my personal branding platform to market myself, market my services. So I use cold pitching on LinkedIn a lot. So suppose this is how I'll give you the example. So suppose I am pitching an e-learning publishers. Suppose I'm pitching an e-learning publisher who are into e-learning, who publishes educational blogs and everything. Okay, so what do I need to do? First, definitely when you decide to pitch a new prospect, go through their website in detail. Go through their website in minute detail to first exactly know that what they are offering, what are the services they are offering, what they are into, what is the work that they are doing. Once you have a good idea of it, and then you can go to the blog section or any other section that you find that you can contribute better. Suppose आपको लगता है कि website content का जो part है वो कुछ ठीक नहीं है, you can like do it better for them. So when you are pitching them, whether you are doing it on mails or whether you are doing it on LinkedIn DM, just customize your pitch according to their work. तो सपोज आप एक पब्लिशिंग हाउस को पिच कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आपके पिच में पब्लिशिंग उनके वर्क रिलेटेड कोई टर्म नहीं है, उनके वर्क रिलेटेड कोई कस्टमाइजेशन नहीं है. कुछ दिन पहले एक टेक्नोलॉजी ब्रांड को आपने जैसे पिच किया था, वैसे ही आप एक पब्लिशिंग ब्रांड को पिच कर रहे हैं. सो दैट वुड नेवर वर्क. Whenever, whichever brand you are pitching, be it a SaaS startup, be it an educational one, be it a spiritual website or anything, you need to customize your pitch according to their work. I found the blog section of suppose take the example of a publisher. You can say like, I found the blog section of yours lacks this content. If we are adding this, it can add more strength to your blog section. And the topic you can mention is anything related to publishing or anything related to education that you think can enrich their blog section. So this is how you customize your pitch. Like whichever client you are pitching to, always keep in mind that you should know in detail about the work they are doing, and that should clearly reflect in your pitch, so that when the prospect is reading it, they know कि interested है हमारे लिए काम करने के लिए. If they find there is no customization, they'll not reply to your page at all. But if you are putting that effort to customize, but that then also here is another thing that I'd like to mention. Not every pitch you make will give you a reply. Not every pitch you make will stand out with a positive one, with end with a positive note. Definitely not. You have to hang in there. You have to be dedicated. You have to work on your pitch. Like go through it again and again. What went wrong last time? What can I do it better? How can I do it better? And then pitch again. This is how you go. Customization is very important, and so is patience. Just be patient, because nothing comes fast, nothing comes in a day. After hours of hard work and dedicated hours, you achieve it. That's what I believe. That's what has worked for me, and I hope it will work for you too.
Got it, got it. So, people, I hope you all enjoyed the session. You, sorry, you all got the points which we discussed in the events, and which we discussed in the event. So let's end the event. Thank you very much for providing huge knowledge to our community. And any message which you would like to give to our audience? Any message?
Yes, Yes, just one thing, guys, that I'd like to know about. Because the freelancing industry, the content writing industry is so huge, there is a lot of competition out there. Many people are dropping out from their jobs and they're joining the freelancing industry. कि मुझे भी freelancer बनना है and all. So because the competition is huge, don't and when you start out, you might find yourself in a plethora of, oh my god, मैं कहाँ आ गया? Where have I landed? You can find yourself in the middle of an ocean. How do I reach the land? And even the idea of giving up can hit your mind. But never ever give up. You shouldn't give up at all. Rather, everyone starts from zero. When I first started on LinkedIn, I had zero followers and I had zero idea about how LinkedIn works and everything. And now I have close to 2.5k followers over there. I and yet more to achieve. I am still continuing my marketing things. I'm still continuing my pitching to clients. I'm still learning a lot myself. So all of it from scratch, हम सभी को कहीं ना कहीं से शुरू करना पड़ता है. We all need to start, and then the journey is definitely not a bed of roses. There will be a lot of competition. There will be a lot of things that can let you down. There will be a lot of rejections. Most importantly, not everything you page, not every client you page, ठीक है कि हाँ चलो हमको आपके साथ काम करना है. Not every experiences you have may be decent. Okay, so but no matter what, you should keep yourself moving. You should keep working on your skills, keep improving your working pattern, so that the client who deserves you finds you soon. The client you deserve to work with, you find them soon. Just keep working on yourself, keep improving, keep the focus on improving your skills, how you can make it better, and trust me, it will definitely work for you. It will work wonders.
Great. Uh, so yeah, thank you very much for the amazing event and for the amazing ending note. People, I hope you all got the essence of content writing, and all the very best for your freelancing journey. Let's meet in the next event. Till then, keep learning, keep enjoying. Thanks you for listening to us, and thank you for giving huge knowledge to our community. See you soon.
Thank you for inviting me here. It was really an honor to speak. It was really nice to share my experience with you guys. I hope whatever experience I have, I could share with you properly, and it could give you some glimpse of how the industry works. And I wish all of you a very best. And yes, always remember, never give up. You have to keep working on yourself.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.